Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Judith Patterson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Texas, and today is Friday. Fridays, I like to share a card from one of Stampin' Up's publications. It could be the annual catalog, the mini catalog, or right now, Celebration. So I like to share how to create one of the cards in those publications, and sometimes I tweak it a little. Sometimes I create it exactly the way it's created in the catalog, and sometimes I create it very differently. I might change up the stamp set, the paper, the colors. Who knows what I'll do. Today, I'm making just a couple of small changes, basically just because I like this color a little bit better. And that's it. I mean, I have all the stuff. I just wanted to do it a little different, brighten it up a smidge. So this card can be found on page 13 of the Celebration brochure. And it's this one right, let me see, right there. We're going to be using the Friendly Hello Celebration stamp set and designer series paper. So when you make a $100 purchase, you can order this bundle and get it free, which is amazing. So I have listed up on the screen here most of the things that I used to create this card. And it just so happens to total $102.75. This is in the US, which would get you this bundle for free. And of course, you can substitute anything in that list. I'll leave my shopping link at the bottom of this post, and I'll also leave a link to everything that I used to create this card. So I didn't include two of the smaller blocks, the A and B block. I didn't include that in this list. And I didn't include, I think, one or two of the adhesives. So just depending on what you already have and what you might need. And of course, anything that you order from Stampin' Up! That totals $100 during Celebration, you can choose this set. So I love that. I love getting freebies. Okay, let me flip the camera around. I hope you're having a good Friday. I know I'm looking forward to this weekend. We don't have a lot planned, but we do have everybody home, so that's nice. Okay, so we're going to start with the Shaded Spruce ink pad and the Friendly Hello sentiment. I also have a 2.5 by 4.25 piece of basic white cardstock. And what I'm going to do is just very carefully ink up just the hello portion of this. Turn it over. So see, I got that, I got part of the D inked up, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink this. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can either mask this word, just like with a little post-it, or I'm just going to take a paper towel and wipe that off. There we go. And then I'm going to stamp this hello. I'm going to ink just a little bit more up here. Okay, so I'm going to stamp just the hello down here on the bottom of the card. Hopefully I got that straight. And I'm stamping this first because I don't want to stamp, I don't want to stamp my bird or the flowers where the hello is going to go. Ask me how I know to not do that. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp the bird and the flowers using the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I want it towards the left, but I don't want it all the way to the left. So I'm going to stamp going to say right there. Then I'm going to take that Memento ink again, and I have this small flower with a leaf or two. I'm going to ink it up really good, again with the Memento Tuxedo Black. And I'm just going to add this at the end of the other one. So not touching, at least I hope it's not touching. Nope, not touching. So it's just kind of floating there. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Pool Party Light Stampin' Blend. I'm just going to quickly color this bird. I always try not to push too hard when I'm coloring with blends, and that time I wasn't even touching the paper most of the time. So you do want to touch the paper with your blend. I love this stamp set and this designer series paper. It is so pretty and so very springy and tropical. It's all my favorite things. Just add a little bit more color to the wings here. There we go. And then I'm going to take the dark Daffodil Delight. I think this is the dark. Yep, I've got the dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to real quick color the insides of all these flowers. Then I have the dark Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to go over this tree limb real quick. And add some green to the leaves. So I'm trying new contacts this week, and they're really cool. They're good for seeing up close and seeing far away, because I have reached that age where I'm having those issues. And I'm trying to decide if they're a good fit for me or not. Sometimes things still go a little bit blurry, but most of the time they're pretty good. My eyes are finicky these days, but they're really super comfortable. Way more comfortable than the ones I was wearing. So that's a plus. But it's nice to not have to be putting on the reading glasses and taking off the reading glasses and putting on the reading glasses over and over and over throughout my day. So I'm really hoping that these work out for me. Plus I have a hard time remembering to grab the reading glasses. So I'm just using the dark Flirty Flamingo. I can't remember if I said that part or not. I might have been gabbing about my contacts. I'm just coloring each of the flowers really quickly. I love how fast this card is to make. Even though there's a little bit of coloring involved, it's still a really quick card. And it turns out really pretty, and you can change it up. So like the card in the catalog, well, this is one of the two things I changed. The card in the catalog uses Petal Pink instead of Flirty Flamingo, but I just like the brighter Flirty Flamingo. It's just personal preference. So whatever you like, and you could even throw in a different color if you wanted to. It doesn't even have to be pink. Could be Fresh Freesia. Fresh Freesia is one of the colors used in the designer series paper pack. So just adding some of these dots with the Flirty Flamingo ink. There we go. And then that's all the stamping and inking that we're doing. Now it's just putting it all together. So the first thing that I'm going to do is flip this over, and I'm grabbing the Simply Elegant trim pack. It comes with gold and silver. Now this is the other thing that I'm changing. So the card in the catalog uses the gold, but I just prefer silver. It's just personal preference. Whatever you like is what you use. Got a couple of glue dots here, so I'm putting one on each side, about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch from the edge, if I can get this off. There we go. So then I'm just going to take my trim here. I'm going to start one end. I'm actually going to start it going towards the bottom, and I'm just going to keep going around, making my circles just a little bit bigger every time. And each time I come to a glue dot, I'm just sticking it down to hold it in place. And that last one I actually didn't make bigger just because I got real big on that second one. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper snips now and cut that off to where the end won't be seen. And you can make them wider a little bit. I was just having a hard time getting that glue dot stuck, and I didn't stick it exactly where I wanted it. Okay, so then the next piece I'm going to grab is the Flirty Flamingo card base. This is a standard 5.5 inch by 4 1/4 inches folded. So open, it's 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And then am I saying that right? I don't think I am. So open, it's 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And then you score it at 4 1/4 inch and fold it. So this piece is I did make 3 changes. So the card in the catalog used a full 5.5 inch by 4 1/4 inch piece of DSP. I like my DSP to last a little farther. So I cut mine at 4 and 5 1/4. It just gives me just a skosh more, I think. And they used the shaded spruce cardstock as their card base. I'm using Flirty Flamingo, and part of the reason why I made that change is the Flirty Flamingo the Flirty Flamingo and the Granny Apple Green and the Daffodil Delight, they're all in the same color family. So I like keeping it in one color family when I can, because then I can just buy one color family of cardstock instead of buying a whole bunch of different cardstocks. Or at least that's how I started out doing it. Now I just buy all the cardstocks because I love them all and I use them all. Even though the Brights are my favorite, most of the time I still use all the other ones because they're all fabulous. And just because they're my favorite doesn't mean they're everybody else's favorite. Alright, so I'm putting dimensionals, one in the center and then one just outside of the trim that we added in each corner. And I'm going to flip that over and place that right there. And this Flirty Flamingo piece that I placed on top of the DSP, that measures 3 inches by 3 3/4 inches, in case you want to cut that down. There we are. And then for the inside, I have another piece of 4 by 5 1/4 designer series paper. I have a 1/4 inch just leftover piece of the DSP. I'm just going to add some glue to that. Not a lot, just a little. I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. Pick that up up without getting glue all over my fingers. And I'm going to put it not quite to the edge. I want just a little strip of white showing here. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and add a stamp in the other corner. So this little stamp that we used on the front, I'm just going to stamp it again here on the inside. And I'm going to color it the same way we did on the front. So Granny Apple Green on the leaves. Daffodil Delight for the inside of the flower. And Flirty Flamingo right here. On the flower. And do you know what I think I'm going to do? I think that the envelope is going to need to be decorated as well. Do y'all decorate your envelopes? Stampin' Up's envelopes are perfect for stamping on. I do use some, when I do my small slimline cards, sometimes I stamp on those envelopes and they're not Stampin' Up and they don't do as well, but I mean, it's still fun to dress them up. But this paper that they use for these envelopes is amazing. So I'm just going to add that right here on the envelope flap. And then again, I'm coloring it the same way. So Daffodil Delight in the middle. Granny Apple Green on the leaf. And y'all, I just saw the lid to my glue. I left it open again. I got distracted doing the envelope. I didn't think I was going to have it open this long. Okay. Almost done. So, and these envelopes are pretty thick. So you'll be able to see the blends like through the flap, but I don't think it's going to come through onto the paper behind the flap, but I still like to leave the flap open when I'm decorating the flap. So yeah, see, it doesn't come through, but it does show on the back, if that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this piece to the inside. And I just grabbed this from my stash over there. I hope it's actually the right measurements. Sometimes I grab one that hasn't been cut down yet. Nope, we're looking good. So 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Perfect. Just gonna straighten that up a little. And we're golden. So what do you think? There's the inside and the envelope and the front of the card. I'll hold it up a little closer so you can maybe see that silver trim. All right. So quick card for today, even with my little distractions and sidetracks. If you have any questions, then be sure to contact me. I have a link in the description where you can do that easily. If you'd like to place an order and you're placing an order under $150, go ahead and use that host code, and I'll be sure to send you a thank you card in the mail. And let's see. Oh, if there's a card from any of our current catalogs or celebration brochure that you would like to see made on a Friday video, then let me know and I will do my best to make that for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks again. Happy stamping.